Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm 31 years old. I live in New Orleans, Louisiana, and this is Financial Audit.
She's zoom. I want to give you free money right now. I've partnered with different resources that will literally give you hundreds of dollars the moment you sign up for them. Check out my investing app of choice, Moo, where they give you up to 15 free stocks and 8.1% interest on your uninvested cash when you sign up with my link. Do you want a more traditional savings account? Check out where I keep my emergency fund, SoFi, where they'll give you 4.5% on your money and up to $300. Would you rather have automated investing? Sign up for Acorns with my link and you'll get $20 right now instead of the usual $5 you'd get from your friend's referral. You can also sign up for our investing program and get $100 in cash deposited into your Moo account. This is the best way to learn what your investing profile looks like and what investing strategies to use based on that. All of this free money is linked in the resources section of the description below, so don't pass up the free money because I'll punch you. Listen, you have late fees on this card.
Yes.
I always have enough money in my account, she says earlier. Rewind.
No. The money is there. I just forget to pay it.
Then you can't have credit cards. You're not a credit card person. You don't know how to manage them. Close them. This is not a tool. You don't know what you're doing.
It was for 6 months.
But it's not. 6 months is nothing.
No, I know. And it's one of those things where it's hard to break a habit, especially when things are
Close
moving.
them and you won't have to break it. It'll be taken out of your hands. Close them.
Would it not be better to use the tools the way that they're
you don't know how to.
Yes, but that is a skill I can learn.
And if we learn them by proving it within debit accounts for a while, I will allow you to open a small limit credit card again. Why would I give you access to a fucking nuclear bomb when you can't even handle firing a pistol right now?
I hardly think that credit card is a nuclear bomb.
You're in a situation where money is being pulled from a credit card in a cash advance way that you don't even know about because you don't have enough money in certain accounts to pay for a bill. So yes, you are fucking yourself. You have no retirement. If you get evicted for whatever reason, you lose that roommate situation, you're yes, this is a nuclear bomb for your life, whether or not you realize it. You're literally having late fees and hundreds of dollars in interest accruing on a credit card that you are not paying off and only allowing the balance to go up. So I don't want to hear it. Don't try to diminish how bad your situation is or you'll never get out of it because you don't care.
No, I do care.
Not with that kind of language and attitude.
I care. Just because I'm making bad decisions doesn't mean I don't care.
No, it wasn't just about making bad decisions. You were trying to defend. You're trying to make it seem like it's not as bad. It is. And if you don't realize how bad it is, then what the fuck are we doing? Amazon Chase card.
Yes.
$2,413.61. $79 minimum monthly payment. You could use a card many in our audience use, like the Fizz card. It's a debit card, so you can only spend what's in your account, but it still builds your credit. You can do that. That's a way to do it. If you want to prove you're a credit card person, that's a good place to start. Because obviously we're not with this kind of balance. And we're still purchasing on it. Was it less than your payment towards it? Sure. But you're still purchasing on it. Mm-hmm. So we're not making as much progress as possible because guess what? It still takes 11 years to pay off, but you're trying to diminish that with the money you spend on it. And then $54.95 of interest. And also, you started above the credit limit, so. Oh, yeah. Oh, you betcha.
How far?
Oh, just about, if I'm not mistaken here, it's a bit blurry on my end. Looks about $60 above the credit limit.
That's good to know. Oops.
See?
No, you're right.
See?
I don't look at it, and I need to.
Do not try to defend this, then. You were just, again, trying to defend your situation, making it sound like it's not as bad as it really is. You didn't even know you were above the credit limit, okay? And that's why you're not spending more money on this, because guess what? Even with all that, you're only $75 under the credit limit. Even though, compared to what you spent on it, you paid off $225 more than you spent on it. But you're only $75 under the limit. Well
that
done.
One I apparently need to look at because
You need to look at all of them. This is not a...
That's fair. That is very fair.
Please, for fuck's sake, you get them for free. I need you as a guest. Starting tonight, when you get home or tomorrow, whenever it is, go through the debt class so you can learn how to manage this debt, understand it, how to consolidate, whatever it might be, whatever tool makes sense for you. Learn all those skills, take the quizzes, go through our budgeting class so you know how to do all this, and go through this and plug it into places and manage it. Go through it. You get it for free. They're all bundled together for 15% off now for you guys, but you get it for free, so do it. I'll be pissed if you show back up here and you didn't do it, okay? It's literally access to just free, top-of-the-line education of the stuff that you don't know how to do and you keep f***ing up. So take it.
I will take it, I promise.
It's for fucking Amazon Music and Kindle. I'm glad we have subscriptions on a card that we can't pay off. On another card that has accrued... Oh, what would we say? Well, I don't even know how many of them are late fees or over the credit limit fees, but $200 of fees this year so far. Well done.
I am curious what those fees are. So. Well, no, because if it's just late fees, then that means I just need to set my reminders.
If that's only late fees, then you've missed. Then you were late every month this year.
Oh, then it can't just be late fees.
Exactly, which is even worse that you have a mixture of late fees and above credit limit fees. That's stupid. That is mismanagement, immaturity, unknowing how to use credit cards as a tool. You just said, well, shouldn't I be able to have access to the tool? You didn't know you were above the credit limit. So no, you can't even come close to these. You need to run from credit cards. You are making them so much money and you are getting no benefit from it because these are all, again, over maxed out on this one. That last one was pretty close to maxed out. So that's not benefiting your credit. Right. Your utilization is well beyond 33%.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So what are we doing? What kind of tool are you trying to take advantage of? It's taking advantage of you.
Well, the plan I had that was working for a long time was the American Express was explicitly for groceries.
For 6 months.
Yes. And then I moved.
You said a long time, so I want to clarify. 6 months. Go on.
The American Express was exclusively for groceries because I earned triple points and cash back when I used it at grocery stores.
You got drawn in so hard. Okay, go on.
Well, no, because I have paid for entire bills with that card using those points.
Oh, yeah, and now you've lost magnitudes. 20 times what benefits you've ever gotten, by far. Not even close, 100 times probably. But continue. Your grand strategy that worked for, let's see. Oh, this is, have a little point or 1.6% of your life. Your grand strategy has worked for 1.6% of your life. So go ahead, tell me about this master plan.
The Amazon card was exclusively for Amazon purchases.
What?
And the plan was that every time I would make an Amazon purchase, I would set up my debit account bill pay that I would go in at the end of each week and just send a payment straight to that card. So that way it always had like a zero revolving balance.
Sounds like a thrilling plan.
And it worked until I moved and fell off of the bandwagon.
6 months is nothing.
Correct.
Anyone can do anything for 6 months unless it's death. Well, causing death. Okay, like behavior discipline stuff, yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I know that these habits take time, and I know I fell off the bandwagon really hard because...
When was this?
About a year and a half ago, I think.
So a fourth of the time in the last 2 years, you did okay.
When I went through one of my breakups and moved. That was that period of time. That was the cheater.
Why are you not able to control anything? Because again, if you were using this correctly, if you were using money correctly, you would have had an emergency fund, meaning you would have not gone into debt through a breakup. The cheater, makes sense. Stick in the wrong hole, boom, bye-bye. But that doesn't mean you go into debt.
I never really planned for the future.
It's not even planning for the future. That's just making sure you don't get f***ed in life. It's not planning for the future because you don't plan for... You don't know what emergencies are going to happen.
Well, right, but having that 12-month emergency fund is like having
6.
I would want a 12-month. That would be my goal, but
sure.
But having that fallback is like planning for the future. And it's funny. I was actually listening to a podcast on the way here that talked about psychology behind like the way that people spend. And one of the things that they talked about is breaking out of the mindset that like if you grew up poor, that when you get a bunch of money, you are uncomfortable with like holding on to it. I definitely think that that's a big part of why it happened. It's not a good reason for it, but I do think that's part of why it happened is because these triggers would happen and I would just be like, no more bandwagon, back into the old habits, back to what's comfortable.
Almost $1,000 in interest this year so far on this card alone.
Ooh.
Insane.
Yeah, no kidding.
And again, you didn't even know it was
No, I didn't.
All right, Barclays. For what? Is this a standard Barclays?
So that was, I originally opened that card when I was in college. I used it to finance my MacBook for school.
Classic. All right.
I did pay off the MacBook. I didn't get any penalties or interest on it. And then that was the same card that had the balance transfer deal once I paid off the laptop.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, you owe 1,072 on here with a total credit line of 1,300. So
it used to be a lot more.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not because, again, you don't know how to manage access to debt.
Yeah. No, that's
So I
fair.
would not want you to have it. It takes 6 years to pay off with the minimum monthly payment. Okay. There is not a card that we've looked at that hasn't had basically $200 in fees this year so far. You keep talking about this 6 months or you did well. I wouldn't care if you did well for 20 years. If the first three cards that I put in no particular order, by the way, the first three cards we looked at all had late fees and above credit limit fees, I would never want you to even look at a credit card again for the rest of your fucking life. That's beyond insane. People on the show fuck up all the time. That doesn't mean they have late fees and above the credit limit fees.
Is that for the whole year?
Yes.
Okay. So in my defense, this year I moved to Louisiana.
Listen, in my defense, you move every second of your life, so I don't give a f. That's not a reason anymore. You always move. That is your choice. Moving doesn't mean let's f our life. Or maybe we wait until we can afford to move. Come on. That's not an excuse. You chose to move to New Orleans.
I was in a dangerous situation.
Oh my gosh.
I had to move.
My. So we have to move.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. The holidays are here, and if you're anything like me, your budget is feeling the squeeze. Between buying gifts, stocking up on holiday food, and other expenses, feels like every dollar vanishes in an instant. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I've been using the sponsor of today's video, Upside, and it's been a game changer. Upside is a free app that lets you earn real cash back on everyday purchases at over 100,000 locations for essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You name it. Here's how it works. You just claim an offer in the app, pay as usual with your card, and you're done. Cashback shows up in your account, ready to transfer to your bank. No points, no weird junky rewards that you didn't ask for. For all of you that already factor in routine purchases into your budget, Upside is a tool giving you more bang for your buck. I've been using it for dining out and grocery shopping. And while I don't fill up the gas because I drive an EV now, if I did, you bet I'd be using Upside. People can even earn 3 times more cash back with Upside than any other product when paired with loyalty programs and credit card rewards. $1 million in cash back is being earned by users each week. Users all over love Upside, and top Upside earners are making as much as $300 a month. And what would I do with that cash back? Probably top up my emergency fund or include it in my budget to take care of the necessities. Just promise me you won't blow it on taquitos or sweet treats. To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description below to download Upside and use code HAMMER to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. Or scan the QR code to claim this offer. Thanks to Upside for sponsoring today's video. Now let's go back into the audit.
And to be fair, in your defense, I was unemployed when I first moved down.
Okay, so it wasn't just about that then.
No, it was, I dragged my feet finding employment. And then when I did find employment,
Can I also ask a question again?
Yeah.
I'm not unsympathetic to anything you've been through.
Yeah.
It's just I'm trying to deal with all the things.
Sorry.
So no, it's okay. I'm just trying to figure out how it all comes together, and it's immediately a difficult perception, or not a perception. Well, I guess I could be perceived. So, but either way, it's the difficult thing about it is anytime that anything is bad in your finances, it comes down to something else beyond our control. So it's like, what can I do? Then this isn't a conversation that even involves me.
Right.
But even still, why'd you have to move like states and cities? And why does it have to be this massive move that costs thousands beyond thousands of dollars?
I didn't pay for all of the move.
Well, even worse then.
So, fair. My roommate got out of the military, and so he helped pay for that move because we moved in together here.
Then that's worse.
Yes, right. And so the first maybe 4 months of this year, I wasn't doing a lot of content creation because I just didn't want to.
Good, don't do it if you don't want to.
Right,
but I wasn't. That. That's chill.
But I was living beyond my means. And
well, that's not chill. Why?
Correct.
Why didn't you go get a job? Why didn't you pour some coffee? Why didn't you drop some McFries in that grease?
So I was applying to some jobs. I was not putting my best foot forward. I was just kind of holding on until the move, because the move was in March.
Oh, you're talking pre-move.
Yeah, pre-move. I wasn't doing a lot of.
What about once you got there?
Dealing with unpacking and.
Oh, come on, everyone unpacks when they move.
Well, there was a lot of shuffling around.
I've had a job when I unpacked things.
That's fair. There was a lot of shuffling around, and I didn't prioritize it when I absolutely should have. That is absolutely on me. And yeah, there's just a lot of shuffling around. We ended up moving 3 times in a few months. We had a friend we were supposed to move in with, and he ended up being a raging douche canoe, so we had to get out of that.
Is there anyone in your life that's not a piece of apparently?
My roommate.
One person you've ever met?
No, there's a few, but I don't live with them, and they don't affect my living situation, so. Remember when I said I had really bad decision-making skills? It's not just financial.
But it's all not just you, though. You have been in bad situations. That's the hard part. Yeah. That's the hard part of this conversation is I'm trying to figure out how to navigate it.
Well, the biggest issue for me is that despite all of the things, I do manage to 90% of the time make enough to cover what
you made more than you spent.
Right.
Which makes all this more stupid.
Right.
Though.
That's the biggest problem is that I'm just making stupid fucking decisions, like not looking at my statements.
That annoys me to hear.
I'm sorry. It annoys me to be this way.
I'll tell you why. You know this, so why the don't you do it? I will never understand. I will never understand when I probably do stupid stuff all the time. It happens. But once I at least realize it, that's when I try to do an action to prevent it. If you're doing something stupid and you don't know, you're just ignorant. That's fine, because you're just ignorant. You're not ignorant to it.
I think I was ignorant to how bad it was, because I didn't
realize. Sure, but you knew it was bad.
I knew it wasn't where I wanted it to be.
So why not try to get it to where you want to be?
I have made little steps.
No, your debt has gone up.
Well, I canceled my gym membership that I wasn't using. That's
the little steps. Okay.
I haven't been ordering out as much as I used to.
The whole first credit card was DoorDash's on a card that went up in balance.
Yes.
11. Furniture and mattress. Thank goodness. Yeah. Oh, good. We're paying interest on this. Why not? Oh, good. The balance went up. That's wonderful. Because... oh, good. The amount is past due. We're $41 past due. Well done. Come on. We're not even,
I forgot again. That was definitely.
This can't, auto pay. Have you never heard of auto pay in your life? It is this great new invention that's been around for decades. Are you kidding me?
Auto pay me really bad.
You're f***ing yourself? What do you mean? You're making it much worse than it ever f***ed you, most likely.
Well, no, because...
What, you got an overdraft of $35 once? You're getting charged an extra jillion dollars a year.
So for a minute when I wasn't making enough to cover the bills, the auto pay tried 4 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
how'd you not see it after 1?
I did. And I tried to tell them to stop pulling it. And they said, oh, well, it's already started. We can't do anything about it.
Why didn't you have the money?
Because I wasn't working when I should have been. And I wasn't working hard enough. Yes.
And there was nothing to transfer anywhere else?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that was 100% on me.
But guess what?
Yes.
Never have no money in your account again, and then you don't have to worry about this. This is pretty basic.
Yes, and now I don't.
Sometimes it's more complicated than it sounds, but not in this instance. You're f***ing yourself, and even those 4 overdraft fees, you're still paying more in fees this year so far than those 4. So you're making it worse. You can't forget this. Set yourself a timer. If you don't know how the f***ing calendar works, set it on auto pay. It's as easy as that. It's just basic.
Yeah.
Great, she agrees.
I agree.
Why isn't she doing it? Great, you could do that and try to get out of this little pushback. You can't just agree but never do it. That's not how these conversations work. That is a get out, and I don't want you to just get out and then keep going the way you're doing without actually realizing what you're doing is wrong.
No, and that's the biggest problem is that I know what I'm doing and I know that I am f***ing up and I want to fix it, and I'm finding resources. Hello.
What?
I'm finding resources to help me learn.
Me, okay.
Yeah, to help me learn how to do the things that I should be doing.
What resources?
There was a a podcast. I couldn't think of the word. A podcast that I was listening to that was like teaching about the psychology of money and how to like reframe the thinking around it.
Are you one of those people that always takes in all the information but never actually does anything in their life? Because I've worked with people like that as well, where they just read self-help books forever, entrepreneurial books forever, then they never actually do anything in their life and they just endlessly consume the information. Because that worries me. Because that is almost everyone I know that goes down that road.
No.
Instead of the people that actually get out there and do.
I would say I consume it and then I actually end up implementing maybe 30% at a time, and then I'll go back and redo
What
it.
has been implemented here? I see a missed payment.
I took it off the auto pay because it was overdrafting the account when I didn't have the money in the account about a year ago.
Okay. It's not a year ago anymore. You have money in the account.
Yes. I don't have a better answer for that other than I just haven't put it back on auto. That, and it's almost completely paid off, and it will be closed when it's paid off.
I don't know how you pay off a card with $0 of payments and $41 of fees and $7.70 of interest.
Oh, it just must have missed by a day or two because I usually pay more than the minimum balance on that card.
Didn't. And now it's gone up. Yeah. Just like the other cards we've looked at so far, except for one. So I don't know what you're talking about. USAA. Mm-hmm. $2,282.87. New cash advance is $100. Here it is, the special little guy. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. We're basically almost at the credit limit. Shocker.
What is the cash advance? I didn't know I could do that on that card.
What's your minimum monthly payment normally?
0. They literally say 0 every time I log in, but I have an Excel sheet that tells me what I should pay.
$34.89 of interest. What you should pay should be all of it. What do you mean instead of? What do you mean?
So the Excel sheet I put together for myself has like the current balance, the interest rate, and the payment I need to make if I want to pay it off in 12 months.
It's basically 12 months. Well, good luck with that, because with the way you're managing your finances, that's not even coming close to an option. 12 months from when? Now? It's always going to be now. 12 months from now. Tomorrow will be 12 months from now.
That is the problem I've run into.
Which is not cute. But
no.
Guess what? You didn't have enough money in your USAA checking account, so it withdrew or took it over. The cash advance, $100 overdraft protection from your credit card. That's basically what I suggested earlier.
That should not be turned on.
They did it.
It's going to be a fun phone call.
Honestly, why would you be entitled to something with the phone call anyway? Because, like, you did not have the money. It's not your legal ability to spend someone else's money.
No. Not because it should have been overdrafted, but because the cash advance should have been turned off, because I ran into that before. And the cash advances should have been turned off.
Couldn't tell you. All I know is you did not have enough money in your checking account to do something you tried to do, and then you did it. And now you have this cash advance overdraft fee. So regardless, even if you turned it off, you still f***ed up major.
Well, and I don't even have that debit card. Literally, the money in that checking account is just for my renter's insurance, I think, or my car insurance, one of those.
Well, one's usually $5, and the other one could be like $500. So that's kind of.
I had it bundled for a while, and I can't remember if I had canceled one. It was one of.
Then are we really surprised that the person that doesn't know if it's a $5 or $500 charge in there is overdrafting? No, you know nothing about your account.
No, because you
don't know a single thing.
I had an automatic transfer from my main checking account to that account a week before the payment was supposed to come out.
We'll just have to see.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. That's why I'm surprised.
Maybe you didn't have enough money in the account that you transferred from. Maybe we're overdrafted from an overdraft.
It shouldn't be, but I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. All I know is $400 in interest this year so far, and you've had a late payment as well on this card. Are we shocked? Every single card's had a late payment because we're an adult, apparently, in our 30s. Allegedly.
Oops.
What?
I made almost $100,000.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that's insane. That's so much money.
And it's all gone.
Why the
ex-husband military, ex-fiance 1 streamer, ex-fiance 2 cheater.
You're going to be homeless again because if you f this up, you have no fallback if you do lose your housing.
Don't hurt yourself.
Why are you being a